Good afternoon. I'm Moria Bowman, one of your Career Day ambassadors. Welcome to the BEYA Stars and Stripes STEM Career Day. We are committed to bringing professionals in science, technology, engineering, and math, or better known as STEM, to share their career with you. The professionals that participate in Career Day offer advice, guidance, and an inside look into their day to day professions. The information that they share can help us make informed decisions when it comes to navigating through college on the way to our career. Now, over to Mimi to share the schedule for the day.
Thank you so much, Moria. Hi, I'm Mimi Nadute. We will begin our career day with our keynote speaker, Rear Admiral Shepard. We will learn all about his career from the military to IBM. We will also do a fun STEM activity. Then, we will take a look into some careers into the transportation industry. We have a special college guest student who will end our event by sharing some advice about transitioning to college. Since this is my last year of high school, I'll be listening very carefully. Now, over to you, Savannah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Savannah Mitchell, the newest Career Day ambassador. This is also my last year of high school for me, so I'll be listening closely to the advice of our guest college student. Now, before welcoming our keynote Career Day speaker, let's take a brief commercial break from our sponsor, Lockheed Martin.
Every day at Lockheed Martin, we are creating the future. When did I decide to become an engineer? Where I grew up in my village, we had a lot of interaction with nature. So I was always fascinated by the flight of the hummingbird. Seeing this marvelous aerodynamics of the hummingbird gave me this general idea that I wanted to be working on the ability to control things that flew. I've had this long running curiosity, I still do today, of asking the question, why is this the way it is? Are there ways to improve what it does? And in fact, those are the same questions we ask every day at Lockheed Martin. That's why my colleagues come to work saying, this is great, we've done all these great things, we've built all these great systems. How could we make it better? And how could we make it better together? Lockheed Martin's engineers and scientists are at the forefront of innovation. Everything from AI and machine learning to hypersonics to directed energy. Individually, all these are really critical capabilities that we need to develop. To actually deliver something ahead of ready to our customers, it takes pulling these pieces together into an overall mission capability. What we are doing here matters to our nation, to our nation's security.
I would like to welcome our keynote speaker, Rear Admiral Shepard. Good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the BEYA Stars and Stripes Career Day. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
All right. Thank you, Savannah. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rear Admiral Shepard, retired. I'll give you a quick background on myself. Born and raised Cleveland, Ohio. College, University of Cincinnati. Business major, marketing, and then an economics minor. Then I went off to flight school. And once I graduated, went off to flight school, I entered the STEM field. Flying airplanes is all about technology and using technology. I did a couple of tours, flying airplanes out in Barbers Point, Hawaii. Came back to DC, and ultimately I commanded a squadron, E6 squadron, nuclear command and control aircraft. We had about 8 of those. Then I went on to command an air wing, where I had 16 airplanes, 3 squadrons, and a couple of training squadrons that were all under me. When I retired from the service, I had about 33 years in. I retired. I was the director for cyberspace operations for all North America out at NORAD and U.S. Northcom. And that's sort of just kind of running something. I went really fast on my career. I sent my bio to Quan and the team there. Anybody's interested, you can just reach out to them and they can give you a copy of my bio and my contact information if you're interested. A couple of things I want to talk about because I want to hold the bulk of it out to answer some questions specifically for you. Technology STEM, you are absolutely pursuing the right course right now in the STEM education, right? Because now and in the future, technology is what's going to drive everything. I mean, literally everything. And I got to tell you, STEM is going to give you the most options and the most choices in life. And when I say options, I mean worldwide options. There's nowhere you can't go on this planet that won't be able to utilize a STEM education. And again, it gives you the most choices that you can do. For example, I could take an engineer and I can make an engineer a businessman or businesswoman. I cannot take a businessman or businesswoman and make them an engineer, right? So make sure that you stay, if you got the acronym for it, into that STEM field. It's going to give you the choices that you need to be successful in life. In life, literally, it's about choices, right? You make 100 of them a day, and you don't even realize the choices that you're making. What I'm gonna have for breakfast? I'm gonna turn left. I'm gonna turn right. I'm gonna drive this car. I'm gonna do this car. I'm gonna ride my bike. You make choices, 100 choices every day in your life. I choose not to drink and drive. I choose not to do drugs. I choose to take care of my friends and families and not advantage of my friends and family. I choose to be a good person and not a bad person. Choice, that is the power that you're going to have. And STEM is going to open up a whole lot more choices for you. So stay there and do that. One of the things I want to caution you on in today's technology is social media, right? It's fun. It's a lot of great things. You can learn a lot. It's a great tool. But be very careful what you put out on social media, especially for those that's coming up in high school and about to head off to college. One of the first things recruiters are going to do is Google you and go to your social media page. So what you put out there is going to be out there forever. So be cautious about how much of your personal information, how much stuff you want to share on social media. It can be used in bad ways as well. The STEM fields right now, I would argue is probably one of the most lucrative fields that you can get into, especially in that entry level. You're not going to find a whole lot of jobs that's going to pay more than in the STEM field, especially the engineering fields and the computer science fields, starting off coming right out of college. So you're going to make sure that you do that. But one of the things too, I want you to do, and it's going to be very important, is that you have to find your passion. You got to find that thing that makes you smile. When I joined the Navy and went to flight school, I was in the Navy for, again, almost 33 years, and I never worked a day in my life. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right? So those are my comments. Those are things I just wanted to quickly talk about. And now I want to get into the questions. So I'm standing by to answer any questions you may have for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Rear Admiral Shepard. Thank you for sharing your career with us today. I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Did you always want to be a Rear Admiral?
I did not. So in high school and be truthful, in college, military service wasn't anything that really was on my mind. I was talking about athletics, played athletics in college. So I was not thinking about flying airplanes in the Navy, to be truthful.
I see. How did you stay motivated to continue to pursue your career goals?
So being motivated for me was kind of easy. I had great mentors. I had great friends. Matter of fact, a couple of them are on this line listening. Lieutenant General Crawford and Vice Admiral Wins. Vice Admiral Wins he actually was the guest speaker at a couple of my change commands. He set the example for me. He motivated me and he kept me kept me focused on what was important. So you cannot be successful. I won't say you cannot. Success is going to be determined a lot about guidance and mentorship and those kind of things. So always be seeking out mentors. Always be seeking out people that can help you, and don't be afraid to ask questions. So that's what kind of kept me motivated. Was I had great role models. I had great examples to follow.
I see. If you could do it all over again, what would you change about your school life, your career, or other life choices?
To be truthful, I wouldn't change a thing. And the reason I say that is because even the bad things that you're gonna have in your life, and everybody's gonna have them. They're gonna have ups and downs. That's what life's about. But you take those bad things and you learn from them. Matter of fact, I would argue that I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't have some of the downs, right? So you're gonna have those in life. You're gonna have ups. You're gonna have downs. I would not change a thing. Even those down moments, you use those, and they make you strong and they make you better.
Definitely. What are some of the challenges that you experienced throughout you pursuing your career?
So the biggest challenge for me, one I hope that y'all won't have, is flight school. So flight school was challenging for me. Again, I was a business major. Had I had a science and technology foundation going into flight school, I think it would have been a lot easier. So that was probably one of my biggest challenges. The other challenges that you have is just military service type challenges. Missing holidays, deployed, missing your friends, moving, all the things associated with those. But those challenges, like everyone you're gonna have in life, because you're gonna have some too. You're gonna be thinking about where you're gonna live, where you're gonna move, what kind of career you're gonna have, what company you're gonna work for. Challenges are out there, and those challenges, believe it or not, are gonna make you stronger and make you better.
Definitely, I agree. What is some advice that helped you get through your career on a daily? Like, what did you use to fuel you throughout your day?
So one of the things that worked for me, and here's the advice that I give you, and it worked for me. Always try to find a positive in life. I smile when I didn't feel like smiling. I laugh when I didn't feel like laughing. Right. So you're going to determine who you want to be in life. Do you want to be a good person? Want to be a bad person? And I choose to be a positive person. And I find the good in everything, vice trying to find the bad in everything. So that just, if I can give you some advice, take everything with a smile. Take everything with laughter. Be spiritually fit, be mentally fit, and be physically fit. Find something in your life that makes you smile. And that thing that makes you smile, keep it close.
I agree. What advice do you have for any students entering college?
So the advice I would be, college experience is again one of those life things. But what you're going to also get out of college is something more than just the academics, right? This is your first step into being an adult, right? And responsibilities. So make sure that you embrace the other things of college life: fraternities, sororities, academics, athletics, the social piece. You're going to make some friends in college that you're going to have for the rest of your life, right? So make sure that you take that opportunity to learn life lessons as well as the educational piece. But stay focused on why you are there, right? There is higher education, your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, your doctorate degree. So make sure that you stay focused and do the work. And if you have to prioritize, work comes first, and then everything else comes second. Work. When I mean work, I mean studying. and getting those good grades.
Right, focus on your priorities.
Yep.
Definitely. Where was an impactful place you traveled to during your military career, and what did you learn from that experience?
Ooh, the most impactful. I think the most impactful for me was living in Japan.
Oh,
I
wow.
lived in I lived in Yokosuka, Japan for 2 years, uh, and it opened my eyes up. It opened my eyes up to a different culture. It opened my eyes up to different peoples, different languages. I mean, that was probably um, made the biggest impact on me far as career wise and where I lived at. And I also did 6 years in Hawaii. So it's a sacrifice, but somebody's got to do it, right? So imagine flying airplanes out of Hawaii for 6 years. It's tough duty, but somebody's got to do it. And I lived in DC 4 times. I worked in the Pentagon. I did 4 tours in the Pentagon.
Wow.
That I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but the Pentagon is again an extraordinary place, and what you learn uh, from working there, and what you learn from the travels, what you learn from other cultures, is you just can't put a price.
Definitely. So, would you say that the experiences that you had throughout your career also fueled you to want to do better and want to continue in the career as well?
Oh, absolutely. So when I left the military service, I knew that I wanted to stay in the STEM field, and all I mean by STEM field is the technology field. Again, I was director for cyberspace operations for all North America. So I knew that when I left DoD that I was going to still work in technology. And I had my own consulting company for about 2.5 years before I went to IBM. And I moved to IBM and worked for IBM because a good friend of mine said he needed me to help.
Oh,
Uh, I, had,
wow.
I had my own consulting company, and it was around technology, 5G, cybersecurity, nuclear command and control, and those kind of things. So again, technology is the now and the future, and it is an amazing field. And you all going to be creating the next thing that's going to change the way we live our lives and the way we do business. Stand by for artificial intelligence or augmented intelligence. Stand by for quantum computing. You have an opportunity as you go to college. Think about those things, those two fields: uh, artificial intelligence and quantum computing.
Mm. Yeah, technology is always changing as
Yep.
we go on. Would you like to tell us about the importance of cybersecurity?
So cybersecurity is everything that we do at IBM, for example, in the same way with Lockheed Martin, in the same way with any other company out there. Security has got to be at the foundation. Cybersecurity, we have so much information. All of our lives are on the internet. All of our lives are in cyberspace, and that information needs to be protected.
Yes.
Cybersecurity is all about protecting the individual, protecting you, protecting your company, protecting your secrets, protecting your country, protecting your nation. I mean, that's the foundation of cybersecurity. We have to be safe because we actually have bad people out there that want to take advantage of of you and of this country. So you got to make sure that cybersecurity, and that's another good field to be thinking about is cybersecurity. That is the foundation of everything we do in industry right now. I don't care what part of industry. You're going to get a transportation brief. Trust me, transportation is all about securing their information and securing their data.
Definitely. Could you please tell us about a time when you failed at something and what you learned?
So what are the things that I failure? So one of the things that I embrace failure, but what I try to do, and I was taught by my mentor, one of those Admiral wins, is work hard to do the preparation so that you don't fail, right? So one of the things that I won't tell you, I don't really have a whole lot of things I can talk about as far as failing, but what I can tell you is some of the weaknesses that I have, right? So one of the biggest weaknesses that I have is balance. And when I say balance, I struggle with personal life and I struggle with work life. What you're gonna need to do and what you're gonna need to find is don't be like me, be better than me. Is find that balance between your family, your friends, and work. I struggle with that. Um, I will work 24 hours. I will put 24 hours into work. Uh, that's just my way. So you be better than me, Savannah. You figure out how to get that balance.
Definitely, I will. I will. And also, what made you want to transition from the military to IBM?
So one thing about the military is that everybody's going to transition out at one time or another, right? That is a young person's game. So unless you're a 4-star, 3-star, 4-star, you may can do 40 years in the military, but at some point, everyone in the military is going to be transitioning out and doing something else. I knew that I still wanted to be involved and still wanted to be able to make a difference. One of our primary customers that I'm responsible for at IBM is the Department of Defense and federal government. So, matter of fact, that's what I that's my primary customers. And I know that now I can still give back as a civilian to the defense of the country and the defense of the nation and the security of the country and security of the nation by working at IBM. I'm still doing my part to contribute.
We appreciate. We've seen a lot in the news recently about securing our nation's secrets. Why is it so important to safeguard our nation's secrets?
So, so all the way up to potentially loss of life, our secrets can lead to potentially loss of life. But that's at the worst end. But even at the basic end, for you, for me, and for my niece and my daughter and all those folks, is that uh, protecting information, protecting secrets. I won't say that my bank account is a secret, but I don't want Chinese knowing it, right? I won't say that my AOL account is a secret, but I don't want Chinese or bad people reading my emails, right? So the importance is potentially from financial loss, intellectual properties from a company standpoint, loss, um, to all the way up again to potentially conflict and loss of life. And we want to avoid conflict at all points, but that's sort of the responsibility of the Defense Department.
I see. Well, thank you for answering our questions today. Do you have any last words to leave with our audience?
Yeah, so the last words I leave with you all is have fun, stay focused, and find some great mentors. You are in a great program, and there are some great folks, including myself, that are here to help you and answer any questions you may have. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. And then have fun. Life is just starting for y'all, and it goes by fast. So try to appreciate it in every little single moment. Thank you for allowing me to be on the show.
Thank you for being here. Now, over to you, Moria.
Thank you, Rear Admiral Shepard. As a recent high school graduate, I needed that advice. We look forward to meeting you in person at the BEYA conference in Baltimore in February 2024. Students, we hope all of you are enjoying learning more about STEM careers at today's BEYA Stars and Stripes STEM Career Day, streamed live from STEM City USA. Let's take a quick commercial break to learn more about STEM City USA.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
That was our STEM City USA, our 2D metaverse. Would you like to join us in building a metaverse by participating in the STEM City USA Hackathon? Our hackathon is where you can explore new ways of doing business using the metaverse. Our online exercises due to Career Day will explore the various tools, resources, and careers that contribute to development of the metaverse. Your metaverse should be a tool that solves a problem, improves society, benefits the community, or help people collaborate better. What ideas do you have in creating a metaverse? This week, we will start with your own imagination. So, what ideas do you have? We would like to build a metaverse where we can learn how to be entrepreneurs from entrepreneurs all around the world. Once you have an idea, then you can expand it. What services would your entrepreneur metaverse offer? Classes, pitch competitions, guest entrepreneur speakers, business startup highlights, courses that develop problem-solving skills, and lots of collaboration stations. What do you think? Over the next month, think about what metaverse that you can design. Sign up today at STEM City USA, STEMCityMetaverse.com. Over to you, Moria.
Thank you, Mimi. Are you ready to learn about STEM careers in the transportation industry? Today, we are joined by Miss Latoya Jenwright. Welcome, Miss Jenwright.
Thank you for having me. I'll go into a brief introduction about myself. So I'm Latoya Jenwright, as you said. I was born and raised in Tallahassee, Florida. I went to college at the University of Florida in Gainesville. Go Gators. Initially studied architecture before pivoting to civil engineering to broaden my horizons for postgraduate opportunity. From there, I started my career in the rail industry on the freight rail side. Stayed in the freight side, learned a litany of things as a boots on the ground manager, literally maintaining the railroad tracks in different parts of the southeastern United States, moving to various areas, learning from different management, understanding how to lay rail, the importance of moving commodities from one area to another, and just how much people are ingrained in ensuring that happens safely. From there, I was able to transition to Amtrak on the passenger rail side where I am now, doing something similar. I'm out in Washington, D.C. Union Station, maintaining that structural integrity, managing a wonderful group of individuals before I transitioned to capital delivery, which I'm in now as a senior manager of capital construction on the wonderful Frederick Douglass Tunnel Program that is in West Baltimore, previously known as the BMP Tunnel, that will be being replaced in the next several years. So wonderful to be here. Looking forward to your questions.
Thank you. Are you in? Visit mystemcity.com and join the In Touch community. We have our own social media share, and we want you to join so we can be in touch with the latest City US Bay exciting activities and career activities. Visit mystemcity.com and join today. Now, over to Mimi, where she will show her Mimi moments.
Hey there, guys. Real quick before I share that, I just have a couple questions for you, Miss Jenwright.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Moria, again. Thank you so much, Miss Jenwright, for being here. A quick questions I have for you are, what transportation careers are in high demand at this current moment?
Sure. So when I think of transportation, hopefully you think of aviation, you think of highways, getting from point A to point B, maybe in a vehicle, think of waterways. I think of rail. Of course, I work for Amtrak. So things that are in high demand right now, I work in capital delivery. So we are bringing a lot of updated infrastructure that's aging. The BMP tunnel is 150 years old, as is a lot of other infrastructure that is key to how we get around. So we have a lot of jobs that are opening to get into with engineering degrees and capital delivery. We also have the unionized side, which is mechanical engineering, trackside, overhead catenary, things of that nature that actually maintain the trains, maintain the tracks, that actually operate the trains as well. So we have a lot of opportunity that's high demand right now. And we have a lot of baby boomer generation that is going to be retiring soon. So we're looking to fill jobs and start transferring that knowledge base to the new generation.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I didn't know all that. Sometimes you think about like trains and stuff and you don't realize the bigger side to it. But that's amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem.
What is the salary range for these careers?
It really depends on what department you're in, but typically it's about 80,000 and up if you're coming in as an engineer straight out of college.
That's amazing. And what made you want to go into the transportation industry? Was it like you were in high school and you were like, oh, this seems interesting and it's something you want to pursue? Or was it where you were like still deciding, oh, like, what do I want to do? And you were just like, oh, transportation was there. Well, how did that?
Great question. I've always thought transportation was really cool. Like I love traveling to new cities and looking at, well, what transportation system do they have already in place? So I think of Chicago, I think of the L. I go to Atlanta, I think of, the MARTA. I go to DC, I think of the Metro. So those things are kind of the lifeblood for how people get around. So I've always thought it was cool. And to have kind of my hand to, have an involvement with how those things are operated, I always thought, that was something I wanted to be a part of. Though in high school, I was thinking more so toward architecture and kind of the design of it. But like I said, in college, I pivoted to kind of see a more broad picture of how I can impact infrastructure from a different standpoint.
That's amazing, especially having that feeling like going on throughout the years, saying there's something you're interested in, but didn't know exactly, and you just found your niche. So I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for joining us. Mimi?
Thank you so much, Ms. Jenwright. I thought it was very interesting learning about your career, especially with transportation. Hi, as Moria mentioned, welcome to Mimi's Moments. This is my last year of high school, so I would like to share a journey with Mimi's Moments. I will share my college tours, college searches, scholarship searches, college applications, and reveal the great reveal once I received my college applications. or acceptances. To start us off, we have Celia Hurst, a college student at Florida State University. She will share some of her personal experiences in her first year of college. Celia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, thank you, Mimi, for introducing me, and I'm so happy to be here today. But I wanted to say that my first year of college, even though it was a challenge for me, it was a good challenge because I was able to get that first taste of independence I had never had before. And I was also able to meet so many different people from all over, even from different countries. So I'd have to say it was pretty good.
Thank you so much. We're glad to have you here today. You know, it's not many times where you get to see people from college, especially who have left and came back. So, welcome. A couple questions I do have for you is how was your transition from high school to college? Because that's definitely something I'm a little worried about.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I can't, lie and say that it was completely easy, but I do want to say that the workload was one thing that I was a little bit used to just because I did take some pretty hard classes in high school. But just the mechanisms of it, just the distance going from class to class, being able to look at all the beautiful campus structures was definitely fun within the transition. But you're going to have to be ready just to keep yourself accountable because you're not going to have your parents there to be able to tell you, hey, do your homework, study for this. It's all an independent thing, really.
That makes sense. I mean, it's always good to be on top of stuff, but having that balance. How would you say that you manage your time? Like, what schedule do you have for like organization where like you have time for friends as well as like doing what you enjoy, but as well as like studying and keeping on track of your assignments?
So, for keeping on track with the assignments, I decided to start using a planner. In the fall semester, I kind of slacked on it and didn't use it that much. And I noticed that I didn't do as well with my schoolwork when I did that. So, in the spring semester, I really prioritized planning out things and making sure that I let my friends know when I have classes, what I'm doing, when I have different club meetings, so that we could make time for each other at least once a week. But definitely planning if you're up for it. I know some people aren't up for it, but there's so many different methods, whether it's written, whether it's on your phone with a calendar, reminders app, Google Calendar. There's so many different options.
Thank you so much. I mean, that's something I was worried about like having the whole schedule thing, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad. And what major did you choose going into Florida State?
So I still have the same major that I chose when I first began, which is psychology. And at first, I was on the pre-med track, but I have recently changed that. And I think I'm going to minor in business and go sort of the human resources route.
Oh, wow. What made you want to choose those courses?
For the psychology major, honestly, I just really, really enjoy my psychology courses. I've found that majority of the professors I really related to were usually psychology course professors. And
Mm,
even though I might not go into the psychiatry field, I still enjoy learning about all these things. And I found that with the human resources career, you really have to be able to know people and relate to people, which is why psychology would be so important in that career field.
that's really interesting. Wow, I didn't know that. Can you tell me some advice that you found that was really useful going into college and that you probably still use now?
So the best advice I ever got was literally just to take it slow. You have so much time to figure out what you want to do. You don't have to have everything figured out in the beginning because life is pretty unpredictable. As I've went throughout college, I've looked at many different clubs and many different organizations, completely changed my career field already, and I'm even more prepared for different changes. So definitely just take it slow, don't rush into things.
Wow. You sound so like changed and like wise. That's so cool. But could you also tell me about how college life on campus is? Like how did that take you to adjusting through like everything now?
So at first, I was definitely scared because, of course, giant campus. Some of my classes were 20-minute walk away, 25-minute walk away. But I definitely have to say, like, getting used to the process of going to classes was nice because I was able to be on autopilot and start walking to class and honestly just forget where I was going and my legs take me where I'm going to go. But the biggest thing about campus life that I really liked was just so many different opportunities, so many different clubs, organizations. There really is something for everybody. And I didn't really get to experience that much throughout my freshman year just because I was trying to take it slow at first because that was my first time being independent so far away from home. But I definitely think that when I go back in the fall as a sophomore, I'm going to experience a lot more of the clubs and organizations and really get a real taste of what campus life is like.
Oh, wow. Do you think that there's any clubs at the moment that you're interested in, or is that just when you go back and return?
I'm not sure yet. I definitely want to get into some more athletics ones because I haven't danced for about a year after dancing 10 years consecutively, so I really want to get back into that.
Wow, that's an amazing passion to have. I hope that really goes well for you, as well as I think another question that I have was, do you feel like you enjoy this independence, or would you prefer like how things were before you went to college?
It's a pretty tough question. Honestly, I kind of want a balance of both. Like I really did like the independence, but there were times when it got to be too much, but luckily I was able to talk to my mom. She's only one FaceTime call away and I visited home a lot. So I'd say that just for me, having a balance of both is really, really nice. A balance of, support from family, but also being able to make my own decisions, becoming really financially responsible, and things of that nature.
Oh, wow. Okay, I was just curious. And how do you feel about like Florida State? Like, what made you want to go there, first of all? But now being in your sophomore year now, how was that vibe of like you choosing that college and was like, yeah, like this is for me?
So, first, throughout high school, I was part of a pre med program that was through FSU called Stride. So, I got to meet a lot of the faculty that worked at FSU. And that was the first thing that really attracted me to the school because the faculty was very, very supportive, always wanted to see me succeed. Even after I let them know I wasn't pre med anymore, they were still in support of me, still checking on me, making sure that college was going well for me. So that was honestly the main thing that made me choose FSU was just how amazing some of the faculty was and how supportive they were.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. I know that narrowing down with colleges can be overwhelming. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that it all worked out in your favor. As well as, do you mind like telling me what it was like first being on campus? I don't know if I asked that already, but like your first day, how was that feel?
It was very overwhelming just because my first day I didn't have any classes because I didn't have classes on Mondays, but on that Tuesday, that was my first day ever having classes, first ever like walking to them. And I did get lost at first. I made the mistake of trusting like the maps to tell me exactly where to go. And at first it would say things like, "Oh, this will be a 15-minute trip." And then it ends up taking me 40 minutes. So that definitely wasn't the best thing ever. But it was also really exhilarating too, just because it was my first time sitting in those big lecture halls I always hear people talk about that I always see on TV.
That's amazing. That sounds like it's fun, but also nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I also heard that you were a BEYA student ambassador last time before you left for college. What did you learn as participating as an ambassador?
As an ambassador, I learned to get better at my communication skills. Number one, I've gotten so much better at public speaking because of this experience. But also, it was really nice learning about so many different STEM careers, some of which I didn't even know existed. And as for the ones that did exist, I had never really talked to professionals within that career field. So it was really nice to have so much experience and exposure to all these things.
That's very true. I think the same way too. I feel like being an ambassador gives you that extra touch, saying that there's things you could look into as well as think that there's possibilities and see what tickles like your taste.
Yeah.
I think that's really all the questions I have for you. Thank you so much, Celia, for giving a moment of your time, as well as giving your insight of your freshman year of college. It was really helpful.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I hope you continue to enjoy your second year at Florida State University, and I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Over to you, Moria.
Thank you to all who joined us for Career Day. Thank you to our Career Day speaker, Rear Admiral Shepard, for providing career and leadership advice today. Also, thank you to Miss Jen Wright with our career outlook in the transportation industry. Remember to visit STEMCityUSA.com for more BEYA STEM Career Day segments. We would like to give a very special thanks to our BEYA STEM Career Day sponsor, Lockheed Martin. They are known for their groundbreaking work in aerospace, arms, defense, information security, and technology around the world. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us for the next Career Day on July 8th, 2023. See you next time.
Hey guys, before we close out, just a couple quick words. Are you in touch? Visit mystemcity.com and join us for our In Touch community. We have our own social media sharing app, and we want you to join so that you can stay in touch with our latest STEM City USA news, BEYA events, exciting activities with our STEM City USA partners, and career activities. Visit mystemcity.com and join us today. Now we just have a quick couple words from our Career Day founders, Lieutenant General Crawford. Over to you.
Well, Mimi, thank you. And thanks to everyone for tuning in today. You know, I've been doing this for almost 3 years, and I can tell you, I have never been prouder of the ambassadors, of the quality of the speakers that we brought in. Listen, you heard many things today. You heard some lessons of life, but more importantly, and pretty much each one of our speakers mentioned this, you heard some lessons of life for life. Some that have to do with STEM, but just some that have to do with being resilient, being a good citizen that enable you to be successful. And so what I'd like to say again is thank you to everyone who participated today. And my own personal hope, dream, and desire when we think about the overall importance of today's event, and more importantly, what we're going to be doing tomorrow, is that those who are plugged in today are now 10 years from now, 15 years from now, showing up here to continue to share their message as successful individuals, more importantly, based on something that they heard when they were young as a part of this program. So again, hats off to everyone who participated, and really, really thankful for those who gave us the gift of their time today. And so until next time, until next month, thanks again, and have a great rest of your weekend. All right. So long.
Thank you to all who has joined us for our Career Day. And thank you to all our speakers today. It was actually really informative, and it's helped me learn so much about our STEM careers as well as looking into colleges. So thank you so much. Remember to visit STEMCityUSA.com for more BEYA STEM Career Day segments. We would also like to give a very special thanks to our BEYA STEM Career Day sponsors, Lockheed Martin. They are known for their groundbreaking work in aerospace, arms, defense, information security, technology all around the world. Please remember to join and subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us for our next Career Day on July 8th, 2023. Thank you so much, and see you guys next time.
I work at Lockheed Martin as a cybersecurity systems engineer, and I've been at Lockheed for 19 years. The role of cybersecurity engineering has a tremendous impact on the mission to deliver secure systems to our customers. I have 3 children. My kids are the center of my universe. I would not be able to continue working effectively as a working parent if it had not been for the flexibility in our work schedule and the flexibility of our leaders to help me exercise a flexible work schedule. One of the reasons why I've been at Lockheed Martin for 19 years is because I think the culture And the values that we demonstrate really reflect my own personal values. Performing with excellence, acting with integrity, those are steadfast values that we talk about day to day. I have seen great changes in the diversity within our company. 19 years ago, there weren't a whole lot of women in leadership, so the few that we had were highly coveted. Today, I'm proud to say that we see quite a few women in leadership roles. The advice that I would provide to young women and girls who are interested in STEM is go for it. You can do it. Don't let anyone stop you.